So the next step with our video is to get our titles into our video. We want to put the titles at the beginning. We want to put a nice lower third graphic down, as well as Mr. Kaminsky's name and our school logo. So if I go down to the timeline and make sure we are at the very beginning of the timeline, I'm going to go in and I'm going to find something called lower third and double click on it. Okay, and lower third has a default of 20 seconds. We only want that lower third to show up for 10 seconds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change our video track location. I'm going to drag it up to video 2. And then I'm going to set an in and out point, or I can go up here and just say I only want this to be 10 seconds instead of 20 seconds. And what I'm going to do again is I'm going to do an override edit, and you'll see that I've only brought in 10 seconds of that. And that lower third there is just something we've always used in RTV that makes it really just nice professional look. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger though. I'm going to extend it a little bit and bring it up to about there. The next step is for us to add our graphics, our text, and that can be found under Effects and in Video Generators and Text. And the best font that we've used a lot is Arial Black. Make sure you get the name spelled correctly. And we generally use School Colors, which is kind of a gold color. So when you go up to the right in yellow with a little bit of orange in it to make it kind of gold, and click OK. So Mr. Kaminsky, as you can see here, what we can do is we can override edit that, but we need to add some more tracks for all of our video. I'm going to drag that up to V3, and that's where we're going to put Mr. Kaminsky's name as an override edit there. And if I move the mouse back, I can see that Mr. Kaminsky, okay, it's floating in the middle of the screen. So we're going to click on the clip and move Mr. Kaminsky's name down so it's just on top of that little lower third there. Now Mr. Kaminsky's name, as you can see, is actually losing. We don't see it all. We're losing some of it over here by the SKI. So what we're going to do is double click on this file down here and make some changes under motion. We're going to add a drop shadow, okay, and then we're going to make some of the parameters. We're going to change the softness to about 1, and I'm going to put the opacity at 100, somewhere between 75 and 100, so we can actually make that name stand out a lot more. Makes a big difference. Rather than going through all that again, what you can do is you can click on Mr. Kaminsky's clip and go edit copy, and then move your playhead over and go edit paste, and drag that Mr. Kaminsky up above it. And now you can just make changes. We're going to change that to his class name, which is going to be computer programming. And so all the shadows and everything's already done. The only thing we need to do is change the size to about 24. And then all we need to do is just move that down below. And I want you to make sure that both of those titles hug that left-hand side of the inside box on the left-hand side. So there is computer programming for Mr. Kaminsky. The last thing we need to do on this video is add our Royals logo, and that is called lion.png. Okay, this PNG file has been alpha keyed, which means it looks like it has a black background, but when we bring it in, and I want to bring it in for 10 seconds just like the other stuff, when we bring it in for 10 seconds, it's going to actually have no background at all. Okay, so all we need to do now is resize it, and we're going to put this logo in the bottom right hand corner, but still inside that inside box, hugging the right hand side. And we're going to double click on that, and we're going to give that a little bit of a drop shadow so it stands out as well. So that's your basic lesson on doing graphics.